It is often said that the life of your dreams, the one that you dream of, is just outside your comfort zone. Hello, my loves, and thank you so much once again for tuning in. I am Fifi, and I am a life coach. And in this channel, I talk all things related to self development, inspiration, and personal growth. And for this video in particular, I would love for us to look at how you can step outside of your comfort zone. So, yeah, let's get right into it. What exactly is a comfort zone? Well, a comfort zone is a place or a situation that one feels safe in, comfortable, and at ease. This zone tends to act as a wall or a boundary that we place on ourselves. It feels very familiar and it almost acts as though it is a psychological bubble that we keep ourselves in almost all the time. Staying inside your comfort zone for some time, it's quite normal and it is okay. I mean, let's face it, that's how we live our lives on a daily basis. Because if everything that we experienced was to be things that were always outside of our comfort zone, it would probably be too much for us to handle. And the main challenge with staying in your comfort zone for longer than needed is that sometimes you get stuck in this zone, which can prevent you from growing as a person, experiencing new things in life, and expanding your consciousness and escaping from this psychological bubble that you are creating for yourself. And also, the other key component to understand here is that most of us live our lives inside our comfort zones because we spend most of our times doing the same things continuously, like raising families, going to work, others go to school. There is positions that we hold that require for us to do the same thing over and over again. And there's other things that we do on a regular basis that tend to consume most of our time. So it is very important that when you live a very routine-like lifestyle, to now and then take a moment and just step out of that routine. And now let's look at how to know when it is time to step out of your comfort zone. When you are bored with life because you haven't experienced anything fun, exciting, and new in a long time, it is time for you to step out of your comfort zone. When your life feels stale, stagnant, and with no direction, please know it's time for you to step out of your comfort zone. And when you find yourself saying no to everything, it's possibly time for you to really step out of your comfort zone. When you feel like you are on a hamster wheel or your life is just on autopilot, my darling, it's time for you to really step out of your comfort zone. And when you don't have excitement for anything anymore, my love, it is time for you to really step out of your comfort zone. And please don't be hard on yourself. All the things that I've just listed right now happen to people all the time. The idea now is for you to just shake yourself and start looking for things that would challenge you to get out of your comfort zone. And if you are keen, let's look at a few of the things that you can actually do to get yourself out of your comfort zone. Let us start with the easy to do things that don't require too much of an effort from your side, and it's things that you can just do in a heartbeat. The first one would be try a new sport. Not only would it help you with being physically in shape, it would also just help you to get out of your comfort zone and also try new foods. It was quite exciting a few days back when my son asked me to try spicy food. I'm not a spicy food person, and it was just one of those things that really took me out of my comfort zone. And I just realized that it is actually awesome food. It's just that I have not been exposed to really just giving myself that chance and trying spicy foods. And the other thing would be wear an outfit that you would never wear. I don't know what that looks like to you, but then just dare yourself and wear something that you would not normally wear. And another thing would be have a new haircut, dye your hair another color and cut your hair if it gets to that. If it's something that you're not really familiar with and it would be something that would be taking you out of your comfort zone, why not cut them hair? Try to do something that you've dared yourself not to do, and just go out there and explore, and let's see how far it takes you with your curiosity. Start a new chapter in your life. If there has always been something that you've always wanted to do and you keep saying you'll do it one day, you'll do it one day, start now. Open that chapter and do it. If it's a business, go ahead, do that. If it's studying, do that. If it's visiting a place that you've never been at before, go ahead. I challenge you to challenge yourself to just say, you know what, regardless of everything that is happening, I am going to just plunge in and open this new chapter in my life. And then now we come to that one that is a little bit difficult, but then not too difficult. It's actually two, and I'm going to start with this one, which is face your fears. Facing your fears is probably one of the most beautiful things that you can do for yourself, especially to just break away from that comfort zone. And I remember when I was young, I used to enjoy climbing on top of the house on the roof and jumping off to the ground. And it would be something that I would do every now and then. And it so happened that the last time I did that was I jumped off from the roof, and on my way down, I landed and I sprained my neck. And I remember it was so painful, and it took days for my neck to actually go back to normal. And ever since then, I never went up the house ever again. And unfortunately, it became something that I carried with me throughout my life. And I started being that person that was very scared of heights up until I went on this trip. And I found myself bracing myself in the moment, and I said, you know what, I need to understand that my brain is playing tricks on me, and my brain is telling me that your comfort zone is that zone that says you are okay with not jumping off anything, because whenever you jump off something, you hurt yourself. And I was like, you know what, let me just break loose and see what happens. And I did just that, and I broke loose. And don't get me wrong, when I was going down the zip line, I felt like I was in between life and death. I was so scared. But then it was in that moment that I realized that what I had perceived in the past as an experience that was keeping me in a comfort zone, and in this instant, the comfort zone was a zone of fear, was something that I had to understand and realize that that experience is not an experience that I need to carry into all the other experiences in life. And I just need to explore and understand that possibly when I fell off the roof, it was not falling as such. When I jumped off the roof and fell and sprained my neck, it's not as if every time I jump that would be what would happen. And that's exactly what this sky zip line really helped me understand. And as scared as I was, there was also a level of excitement that really came with that. And as soon as it was done, there was some sort of restoration that really happened, and I just had that switch in my brain where I realized that I even though the both the experiences was quite similar, because it was a an experience whereby I was falling off something. It needed not be the same thing. And the second one really, like I say, restored the whole idea of just understanding that the same thing could have two different meanings. I mean, you look at fire as well. When you light a fire on a stove, you understand that if you put your hand on it, it will burn your hand. But then if you put a pot on it, it will cook food for you. So there is that understanding that as much as the fire can be dangerous, it can also be useful. So that's the whole idea about just stepping outside of your comfort zone, especially when it comes to things that you fear. So immediately you are able to understand that the same thing can give you two or more different experiences. That's when you really understand that you need not really take one experience and make it the be and end all of other experiences. The whole idea is just for you to really seek for the experience every time you are going through something. And that's exactly what I learned, as well as to say that first fall that I had when I sprained my neck was not the same fall that I had when I was cable diving. And with the cable diving, I just realized that it also helped me to really face up to my fears and conquer that fear that I had of heights. And it's still something that I'm working on, but then slowly but surely I am now able to jump over things and possibly go back to that one thing that I really used to love doing when I was young. So yeah, that's what I would suggest you do. Face your fears. And from there, the other thing that I would also ask for you to do is probably list down all the things that you said you will never, ever, absolutely not do in your life. And start ticking them one by one and ask yourself, as to say, what would happen if I do this? And just do it, and see what happens. Chances are it would heighten your experience around life, and it would make you realize that what was the fuss all about? Things are actually fun, add that curiosity, that element of wanting to know, that wondering, as to say, what would happen if I actually take on the things that I said I would never ever do, and see what comes of it. And last on my list would be also, again, just have a list. Write down all the things that you would really love to do before you die, and start doing them. I call it a list of things to do before I croak. And slowly but surely, I'm also working through that list, and it's just a beautiful feeling to know that at least the things that I want to do before I die, I'm actually seeing some of them through. And it's just a beautiful, enlightening experience that really also helps you to just move outside of your comfort zone. And don't wait for years to come. Just start with one at a time and see how far they push you outside of your comfort zone. And I promise you, you will never ever be the same ever again. So it would honestly be very interesting to hear what you would have to add to the list. If you have something else to add on the list that you would want to share with the rest of us, please comment it down below. And if you liked this video, by all means give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for coming through. I hope you become a regular and you become one of the loves in this channel. And for all those who are returning, thank you. I appreciate you more than I did with my last video. In conclusion, I would really like to say that stepping outside of your comfort zone will open a new world of possibilities for you. You will have more fun, more challenges, you will meet new people, you would learn new things, and you will grow exponentially. And also, the other thing about stepping outside of your comfort zone is that it helps you train that muscle and you start growing into the willingness of doing the things that feel most awkward and uncomfortable, and it just helps you to try new things. So I would really urge for you to just add that element into your life of now and then stepping out of your comfort zone. And yeah, as always, I will see you on my next upload.